Thank you for taking the times out of your busy schedules to come today. Today, we're here to discuss a significant gun and drug seizure. Speaking on behalf of the Bermuda Police Service is our Commissioner, Mr. Stephen Corbishley. Commissioner?
Thank you. Good morning. The Bermuda Police Service can confirm that officers executed several search warrants. This was in the area of Curving Avenue, Pembroke, on Wednesday the 19th and yesterday, Thursday, December the 20th. In total, three firearms and a large quantity of drugs have been recovered. This represents the most significant firearms recovery, with three firearms and just under $1 million worth of drugs being taken off Bermuda streets. I'd like to thank all the officers who are involved in this operation. Their hard work, attention to detail and dedication has yielded a significant result, not for the BPS, but for communities in Bermuda. And ultimately, our local community is a beneficiary. I'd also like to thank the community. We receive repeated information from them, their concerns, and very good information that we've been able to build into our operation over the past couple of days. This, however, is not a time for us to be complacent, but it does highlight the work that still has to be done to make our community safer. We are an intelligence-led operation, and the fruits of activity over the past couple of days is testament to that fact. The communities where these firearms were found are good communities. They are communities with different people, seniors, young people, families, law-abiding. Where we worked in the past couple of days is not representative of those communities. What it's representative of is a number of criminals, a small number of criminals who are intent on using violence to each other, and the highest level of violence involving firearms. So by taking the firearms away from them and taking drugs away from them that they will put on our streets, it impacts their ability to cause harm, distress, and indeed loss of life to loved ones. So that's the best thing that we've done. But we will continue working in those communities. We will continue to listen to them. We will continue to support them, so we continue to target those criminals who have no disregard to law and order and no disregard to the way in which those communities want to live. It is Christmas, and whilst the events of the past couple of days are notable, I do want to iterate that Bermuda is a safe place. There are few firearms in Bermuda and there are few people that use them, and our activity has addressed some of that matter over the past 48 hours. But I want people to feel confident in the Bermuda Police Service, confident that they can contact us, confident that we will keep it confidential, and confident that we will do something about it. This is part of our continuing operation to tackle the effects of gang violence, the use of firearms in our community, and take drugs off our street. So as we move into 2019, more effort, greater intelligence will be used, and more work will be done to make Bermuda safer. I'm quite happy taking some questions.
Obviously, have you been able to link the drugs and firearms to gang activity?
It's too early to say at the moment. The process of what will take place is the firearms will be examined for DNA, so obviously we can identify those parties that may have handled the firearms, and also we would do ballistics inquiries as well, which may connect it to previously unsolved firearms incidents or indeed murders.
Exactly how many seizures were carried out over, how many search warrants were carried out over the 2 days?
Sorry, could you repeat that question?
How many search warrants were carried out?
There were several. Certainly the ones that we've highlighted, 2 of the firearms were found at the same location and the other firearm found close by.
2 or 3?
Yes. More than 2 or 3. There were a number of different activities. And also, we haven't stopped. We will carry on, and we will be targeting more locations with intelligence that we have.
You haven't disclosed how many people are arrested for these violations?
At the moment, we have 1 person in custody who obviously we're putting questions to. But as I've described to your colleague, the identification of DNA evidence and parties that we connected to those firearms will result in arrests and obviously our investigations.
With a large drug seizure of this magnitude, it will cause a vacuum in the turf war. Are you there would be a perception that this vulnerability to this particular gang, are you prepared for reprisals from the enemies of these individuals?
The first point I'll address is I want a vacuum in the drugs market. I want drugs to be off our streets. I want to reduce the amount, the availability and the access that young people have to drugs, particularly those that use drugs, and the harm that it's caused. As I've described, we will continue to work and we'll continue to use intelligence to target those individuals that deal in drugs and those individuals that deal in violence. So again, we're not complacent, but we need to move forward and continue to do our work.
Can you disclose what substance was marijuana plant-like material?
There was cannabis,
cocaine,
there was
heroin?
crack cocaine, there's a variety of different drugs, but obviously that will go off for forensic analysis to confirm the weight, but it's estimated to have a street value of up to $1 million.
Any other questions?
Is there anything that the communities, people in the community can do to help in the investigation, or?
Yeah, trust us. And I know that's difficult for some. Some people feel that if they say something, it will get back to their community. But we have facilities like Crime Stoppers, and we have officers that they can speak to in confidence. If people come forward, we take their matters both seriously and totally in confidence, and we will do something about it. And we'll ensure they're protected, their confidentiality is protected, and we'll ensure we'll do something about any information they provide to us. We need communities. We can't solve this problem without their support. We can do as much as we can as a police service, but we need individuals to step forward and address this issue.
With this high-profile investigation and 2 raids in those 2 days, that puts that area, that Curvin Avenue area, somewhat of a traumatic experience for neighbors and families alike. Have you had your officers support, your community-based support officers?
I mean, I'm glad you've raised that, because the point I raised at the beginning is this is about the community. We had an incident 2 weeks ago. The deployment of police resources and also the gang reduction team, Pastor Bean and his colleagues, there in the first instant in the middle of the night supporting communities. But we didn't drive away. We continue to be there. We continue to be visible. We have family liaison officers supporting families that have had issues with loved ones. We're visible in the local community. We also, as we move forward in the new year, we start seeing our parish constables come into place, and they will play a significant part. So to answer your question, yes, we are active, we are supporting, and we're listening.
Yes, ma'am.
Was there any particular reason or factor that went into all of these seizures at once? Information or a different method of approaching the investigation?
Well, I'm going to say it was good police work. It was good intelligence. It was good use of covert resources, overt resources, and it was also utilising community information. I think the fact that we found 3 firearms is not about luck. It's about hard work, diligence, and it's the reason why I thank my officers today.
How soon will you think someone will be placed in the courts?
That's difficult to say. I mean, there is now due process, particularly forensic investigation. And will continue, but it's my intent and commitment to bring people to justice as soon as possible.
There you have it. Police Commissioner.
Okay.
Members of the media, thank you so much for joining. We'll recap really quickly. There has been just under $1 million that have been taken off the streets. 3 firearms are now in police custody, and an active investigation has commenced, and 1 person is currently in police custody assisting us with inquiries. Thank you very much, and everyone, we're wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Thank you.